Where's the fear coming from today? What's rolling round non-stop within your brain? And what's it gonna change? To think about this is you and one in different ways. Does it begin to cause you pain? Feeling so stuck inside this loop of loose change. The real value of the sitch, all the energy you spend on this, you're hardly leaving rich. Time is not a gamble and shit can only ever go all in, and that's the trip. Accept it or fight it, the outcome's the same. Only left with the choice on how the journey will change. The depth within the eclipse is all before these eyes, so let's not neglect the garden always growing there inside. And in the silence comes the truth, as if it's happiness we're searching for in granite inside you. That's so we all simply seek a sense of calm and real peace. To believe that anxiety can cease to be a time and place to breathe, and air so fresh awakes the soul. Well, maybe you would say no, but the truth is that moment is now. And now. And now.
There's no way out this place, don't come knocking. We can't change what we face, so we won't stop it.
Just keep on doing what you do, while creating space through every move. Think about how it feels after every breakthrough, and understand nothing comes as quick as we want it to. 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. Sometimes the inverse, more often at that. Sometimes we defend, sometimes attack. Sometimes we're flat-chested, others we're stacked. All this goes on regardless of our intervention. The car will drive itself, we just take care of the suspension. Rumbling down this rock-strewn road, no space to pass,
There's
no turnaround.
way out this place, we'll stand
One
stronger.
can but endure with dignity
If you
the
need
tough love
what you
of each
say,
undulation.
love should conquer. No way out this place. There's no way out this place, don't come knocking. We can't change what we face, so we won't stop it. So deeply within this jail, but they don't lock it. If you mean what you say, they won't stop it. Learn to live with grace, ignore the clock tick.
My ego told me it's about the time to write. Lord knows what, but I pick up the pen despite all the reservations built through every lonesome night. Maybe one day I'll see that every road is right, and still I take the left, so right bereft of lasting peace. If I could live my life asleep, perhaps my weakness might retreat. But ignorance was never the release that I would seek. My karma brought me here, and yes, the path ahead's a bleak. The cave is empty while a titan roams the creek, steady rolling in the deep. The load is lighter through their feet, and there I go again. Deflection directs the flow. Easy get to put on a show, then bare your soul to those you know. Though through those moments we grow, begin to go towards the light that's only found within us once you understand your sight. Upon the bread and butter shit of this existence, the atom forms a cell that forms the globe that holds the wisdom. But what's the highest point found upon that scale? And could there be a larger range if we just quit the trail of following the limitations bound upon our place? We only ever fall from grace when our desires are all we chase. Decide on a destination, keep it fixed in your mind, and you will get there in time if you take every chance to advance that you find. And don't forget those you are behind when the dark night of your soul came to cool, and you were scared you lose it all, yet they still found a way to help you over the wall within order. Let you hope to find the key to never fall. I ask you one favor, please. I ask you one favor, please. Think of a moment in your life of pure bliss, when you felt like time stopped and you were one with the abyss. What sort of words would you use to describe every single facet of that thing you felt inside? Can call it love if that's a realm you could explore. Every act of separation feels like shit we should have bore, but we're not even at the core of whatever it is we form apart. Although without us or anything else, it falls apart. I think before we saw the dark, the range of ways we felt would shock us, like we slowly lost our mind with every single cock thrust. Like we slowly lost our mind with every single cock thrust. Perhaps you could concede that some expression falls short, and some things we feel might go against some things we whenever the range we see, whatever the range we felt as well. Cause like we slowly lost our mind with every single cock thrust. We can't say it because we can't admit it, so we can't say it. If we could say it, we might admit it. If we can't admit it, then we're not admit it anyway, are we? Decide on a destination, keep it fixed in your mind, and you will get there in time if you take every chance to advance that you find. And don't forget those you leave behind when the dark night of your soul comes to cool. Within all that let you hear, you'll find the key to never fall. You'll never fall. Never. You never, ever, ever, ever could fall. Eternal souls. So please don't even think it. Unblinking. This morning, I was reflecting in the shower, thinking what could end it all. Well, at least our current state. In truth, the world of men is small, and this reality that we have formed is one of many more. The storm has hit before for many in the form of war. I think it's fair to call society in disrepair or fall. Should we accept inevitably we're bound to fight between us all? But if it's a race war, you couldn't make me choose a side. If we're fighting for religion, best believe the same applies. If it's a war of nations, then we'll have to blame our pride. Stubborn to the end when only words can help reverse divides. Yet through its thirst for lives, our avarice can be contained. Maybe change our frame of mind when all our hands are bloodstained. So as we move to turn the page, I aim to look towards the sun. Allow the light of this universe to guide in what's to come. Remind that all in one the stakes with which we truly play. Nothing short of evolution, otherwise we die this way. Life is a game, in that it's not about the win. I could have changed long ago, but now I know where to begin. Life is a game, in that it's not about the win. I could have changed long ago. Sometimes I can find a place where for a second the ego's erased. I cease to feel a part of the race and start to understand our fall from grace. Empathy, I feel, is what this life life is meant to be. And hence you see without it you're just left resenting me. But if you lent the world to me, I'd aim to break the chains and free all these unscrupulous frauds to scrutiny. It's like a mutiny to some with ideas like mine. I'm not the only one with these kind of thoughts. You might find plenty have a like mind, and it's on us to conversate with it. And with all this from behind, we've lost sight of the starting gate. Come step to the plate, observe from a new perspective. Forget the self-regard and see we're part of a collective. And son, we're only strong as our weakest link. The whole chain's redundant if it's that we're in the drink. And we take the time to think, use our minds before our mouths. Nothing good's achieved with those acting too proud. Don't have to stand up from the crowd to be a shining light to some. It's those we have around us helping shape what we become. So if you're a big un to see my train of thought unfold and feel we're on the same page of this label we've been sold, then can I be so bold as to ask a boon of you? To carry this approach through everything you're soon to do. And if the style is new, you switch it up before this tune is through. Or at least say that perhaps you crudely grew. Either way is true, that really can get just what you give. The happiness reflected back to you will let you not just live life. Life.
It's all a game.
Life is a game, in that it's not about I could have changed, but now I know to perceive was make believe. I'm the same as him, I'm the same as me, cause we're the same as you, fighting to perceive. I'm the same as him, I'm sure he'd feel the same as me, cause we're the same as you, fighting to perceive was make believe. I'm the same as him, I'm sure he'd feel the same as me, cause we're the same as you, fighting to perceive was make believe. I'm the same as him, I'm sure he'd feel the same as me. We're the same as you, fighting to perceive, fighting to believe. They're calling you a loser, then the thing to ask is why. But you're gonna show the fact these mouthy twats won't let you even try. And that's the way the shit fly from about age 11. A slap to the mouth in Ari will show you the rage of heaven. Can be courageous through your lack of action, laughing while you sprawl, spitting out the maxim, love alone can save us all. But if we fast forward 10 years, it's not ignored. And if you meant right, your lack of action, we applaud. Not to say you won't encounter those that came before, but there will come a day when they love what they said they would abhor. How do we get to the core with this testosterone around us? Sit down and form a group before the ego trips around our sense of self. Cause whether us all and suffocate our forward motion. Is it too late? With every mistake we make, the door is open wider for the cloak and dagger movements of a race. Cause even on a base level we try not to lose face.
Why waste your time? Why waste just bullshit? Why waste your time? Why waste your time? Why waste your bullshit? Why waste your time? In love, in love, in love. in love.
You can try to fit in like MLK with the sitting, but if you try a Malcolm X move, then people shitting from the angle that I'm hitting. I can see what's going wrong, we're all on the same cliff. Any wrong move we're going, they might highlight the difference between black and white, but is the truth of the situation always what attracts the sight? But humankind can go deeper, cause even when we look to gain a deeper understanding of our world, it's not the same. The being that you are will dictate all that you see. However liberated you feel, your views are never truly free. So what is it to truly be a loser on this earth? Perhaps to not be able to look beyond your frail sense of worth, or fail to give the time of day to people on a different path, with other ways of thinking, other ways of moving past the time that they are put to task. You'll see them cruising last, and thought that they were losing cause you rushed to prove you fast. But throughout your journey you could only think of self, unless your point of view was blinkered and oblivious to the wealth found. When you look around, admire the view of life, and build yourself with the strength that you're finding through your fight. Stick to your guns and eventually you'll overcome. The time to grow is never done, you're never alone under the sun. So to me a loser's one who acts like they're above the people outside of this earth, their friendships never been built on love. Never love.
In love.
Always
In love.
Why waste your time on this bullshit in life?
Someone is watching. Really, you're always on your own. Let it be freeing if you embrace the fact, and that's it, that's your way home. And if you had the chance, would you try to break away from your life as it stands? If only for a moment. Feel the way you did before the world thwarted your plans. Now you'll never know until you take the fucking dive. Take your fucking life back and take it for a ride. Only you can find what you are keeping there inside. Everything you hide is the key to feel alive. Even if you know someone is watching, really Namaya.
Truly connect to the essence of being.
Namaya.
Truly connect to the essence of being.
Ramana.
Truly connect to the essence of being.
Namaya.
Truly connect to the essence of being. Wanna see your mind free to see the truth of what it believes in. Wanna see your mind free to seek the truth of what it believes in. Connect to the essence. Wanna see your mind free to seek the truth. So much clinging I could make a film. So in this world of make or break I will stake a claim to my own path, along with the whiplash of living this life too fast. The skin is hardened through the scars, and the jarring strength in every single part of you by far. The lyrical miracle spirituals are, though it's no time to take the piss. How else could we exist in calm? Always keep a little ribbon underarm to remind us what a joke it is to try and hide from harm. Wisdom chunky balls of steel. Every weakness inside of man will fall to zeal. Determination crumbles every wall. If you accept whatever outcome is to be, you have it all. Nothing left but to exist within the bliss, although the target's far away and many miss.
Would I be wrong to just let go? Would I be judged if I surrender? Although my eyes are just too slow, I see the light reflects the sender. So after all the lives I've lived, this is the last where I'm pretending that there is nothing else to search for, baby. The dance of the Tao's never ending.
Perspective, such an insufficient word to speak on how the miracle occurred. Kind of frame of reference, avoiding the absurd, to communicate a sense of measure in the third.
And as you feel by the practice of Kriya Yoga, the presence of a happiness that you never felt before. The true happiness of meditation, the ever-increasing happiness of meditation produced by Kriya Yoga is the proof of the existence of God.
And by third I refer to the dimension. After I had written it, thought that motherfucker's worth a
This was the
mention.
greatest thing
Now
that
all the tension I felt between my brows begins to dissipate between all these here and nows. And it's up to the cows when I stop running my mouths. Pluralized today cause I decide what is allowed. Why should I be proud if I'm a switched on individual? Why an individual? I feed off your residual. You remove your physical, still consume my ritual. Should be thanking you every chance I get to shine. You left me space to do this, I leave you mine. I promise, fuck it, let them just be. My last words, call it posterity. So you can say I'm nice to everyone within the third, and act like that will somehow change the slice of life which I deserve. Perspective, such an insufficient word to speak on how the miracle occurred. Kind of frame of reference, avoiding the absurd, to communicate a sense of measure in the third.
Self-realization is marching on, for it is not a creed or dogma, but a science of the soul and spirit, how the soul descended from the cosmic consciousness into the earth and the body and the senses and property consciousness, how it can disengage itself from property and body consciousness by yoga concentration from the body itself and the plexus and then the ganglia, and reach the Christ intelligence in creation and God the Father, God consciousness beyond creation is the purpose of this work.
Perspective, such an insufficient word to speak on how the miracle occurred. Kind of frame of reference, avoiding the absurd, to communicate a sense of measure in the third. It's not a trip, it's a spiritual journey. Pretentious much, bro? Poor to get the gurney. We've got another tourney, calling for his attorney. All this friction makes me burny, feeling like a bloody fernie. Your lawyer is not answering, seems to take no calls. We're questioning if he exists, there's no signs at all. Your sins are at the door, just tell us how you came to be upon this cuckoo's nest and tell me who holds the key. Cause I fail to see how you escape from this predict. It seems to me, from your behaviour, you're in the thick of an avalanche of shit with fans that turn at every click. Stuck now in the mix of a lifestyle that fits. I see them twits act ridiculous as if they've seen it all before. Shit, now I'm thinking competition, it's the whisk or it's the draw. Or perhaps it's the rapport with mon amour, the sorting out the window with the world I knew before. Still standing here, chest bared to the air, and balls in limbo, epicenter of the affair. Had a slice of human life like Kimbo, left without a care. Cause every time I check back into that madhouse, you're there.
Those that will practice Kriya Yoga, they will see how far advanced than any method of prayer is. All physical, mental, and spiritual suffering are destroyed by the rule. If you want me to do anything, deal with me first, and that's what Christ said. Seek ye the kingdom of God first, not only those that are monks, but all people, because they must realize this world was not made for producing children, and only selfish hunting for money. Millions have thought that, millions have gone away.
Balls in limbo, epicenter of the eclair. Had a slice of you, epicenter of the eclair. Watch your mouth, watch your back, watch your breath, and you know, we'll be okay.
Never been shocked, no thought, no what. Living a life deep in my thoughts. Glide on the currents, keeping slow. Enough energy to reach for the shore. Never been shocked, no thought, no what. Living a life deep in my thoughts. Glide on the currents, keeping slow. Enough energy to reach for
Welcome
the
to a
shore.
day in the life of a light-headed whitey. Thinking you could care less, no that's quite likely. So I should go forth and reckon it just might be time for a washbowl smelling like a ripe brie. Now if you cross me in the street I come politely, but used to lead with the ego squeezed tightly. Did I see this world would always turn despite me? It was always good for me to rub my neck in slightly. On the scale of life haven't always hit the right key. And if I can be honest, think it's time to quit this rhyme ski. It's timely that we should find ourselves here. Every crisis of trajectory, the choice was never clear. Increasingly I try to steer towards the fear. Chin high, back straight, every time no swords are near. In isolation, facing every demon's cheer. Cage with the fit, only leaves me feeling queer. Now as I peer into the gloom of days to come, the path is lit by all I hold dear. I break into a run. The days of feeling weak and afraid are now done, and I pray the time to meek become the brave has now begun.
I pray the time to meek become the brave now begun. I pray the time to become the I pray time to meek become the brave now begun.
Well, I don't give a flip. if you tell me I can't live how I choose. On the inside, only ever play by my rules. I'm able-bodied, do not pass my time with pie rules. And I consume your blood if you just try to impose your will. I'm a sheik standing still, then with the flick of a wrist bring that sheep to the kill. Now shit, I'm Black Phil, I'm Patrice with less will to defeat every deal. I sell out for a steal. Cause to those they will never really throw a bone to high. They go the farther they're away from home as they climb the grippers ever tighter on the things they own. It's all fear. Fear.
Come down to base reality, I'm here. Cross-legged in the dark and still no sign of presence near. All in good time, my young bull, it will come. Then the ego starts to tick like, maybe not for some, not for all them pricks that made me feel so insecure. Every sketchy walk home my precious bum had to endure. Built me up to be defensive, and that's just the way it is.
There's no way that could possibly be changed. That's how it is. Each of us only as trapped as we allow, and distractions abound in this time of the hound. Our masters have got us well trained, it's profound how they stole us into liberty without a sound. But we don't have to fight for the key to our prisons. You'll only find it through the key that you're given from birth.
Ooh, we see in life through your prism. Never know it could be completely covered in jism.
Never been shocked, no thought, no one. Living a life deep in my thoughts. Glide on the currents, keeping store. Enough energy to reach for the shore.
Never for no one. I'm the kind of guy you'll find with lines of ivermectin, racked up with pectin. Those 6 bumps they wrecked him. What are you expecting? Not exactly Dr. Fauci. Every answer that I think I've got, I'm giving doubtfully. Though no one's got it out for me, still fear the spear inside. And it's all down to the shit I've tried to hide in the corners of my mind where the deepest dark reside. The parts of you and I, we spend our lives trying to deny. Trying to find the why for my actions manifest. Cause my back will take the stress of a weight kept on my chest. Up on my wave I'm riding till the last crest. If I awaken to nirvana, maybe there I'll get some rest. Until that time I shall continue on this quest, becoming more than energy that's coalesced. I'll fly so high in spirit, held in nature's breast, and see now Shiva kept his face obscured behind every test.
Sorrow is something nobody wants, and yet without sorrow we could not have understood true happiness. Sorrow is the way to real happiness. Nobody wants sorrow, yet without sorrow we would never learn to be better. Sorrow is a great teacher if you learn from it. It's the greatest curse if you don't. Sorrow was given that you don't stay.
Every moment steady climbing mountains. Gotta take the rain to see the view. Can't allow a see you clear. Hold me down if I'm floating, if I'm floating away. Part round here again. You'll see me standing on the hill. Until then, give thanks for this new start, old friend. I feel your touch through every strike of this pen.
Most people's hearts are open to their family, to their friends, and then there are the others. But there's a spark about the smile, a little smile at the edge of the mouth of the Buddha. They call it the smile of unbearable compassion. Unbearable compassion. Because when you look at not just your family and your friends, but your friends' families and your friends' families' families, and on, and every way you look, you see that suffering. How can you bear it? If you pull back into your head, you lost your humanity. If you stay in it, you're gonna drown. So you get this balancing act. You're in it, but you're also not in it. You're in the world, but not of it. You've got to go through the horrible pain of seeing the suffering. A nice group of people driving up in their cars with their bags, go to room 6 and room 7. Suddenly there is this scene in which you look around and you see that in every human life here is this incredible amount of suffering. Well, how many retreats do you have to be at before you walk down the street and you know that behind every smiling face is more of the same stuff? And how do you bear it? How do you bear it? Most people bear it by closing their heart. And then they feel closed down and that's the problem, that many of us in our journeys of awakening opened our consciousness to the point where we saw that everybody is us. And then we couldn't live that way because we couldn't stand it. So we turned off those higher planes of awareness. Feeling hit by these things, serve people, feed people, relieve suffering. It's all perfect, it's all perfect, it's all perfect. There's nothing to do, do it, do it. There's nothing to do, do it. Work harder, he's doing fine work, he's working hard. Ha ha ha, well, look at all that work. I mean, the whole thing, the confusion was incredible. And you just have to live with all of it at once. That's what I mean, is finally the game isn't getting high or coming down. The game is being open to all of it. Your lows and your highs, and the game is being open to all of it.